Well, welcome back everyone, Mariah Monetize here, and in today's video we're going to be going over the recent news in the cryptocurrency space, especially regarding FTX, and then we're going to be going into the price of Bitcoin, and if I believe it's bottom yet, and if I have entered a position back in on Bitcoin. Bitcoin is currently flirting with $17,000. So, Sam has been tweeting again, but at this time it came very, very differently. People wondered initially if Sam got hacked. He tweeted what, and then he basically tweeted individual letters. What happened? And the reason why he was doing this is because he was deleting old tweets. And it's something to do with the count of your tweets and this like bot that tracks old tweets. And so he was doing this to strategically delete old tweets so that they would not be found. So at first people were like, did someone hack his account? Are we being trolled? What's going on? But no, at the end of the day, this guy, I mean, there is no remorse. It is unbelievable what is actually happening at FTX. So let's see, just in general layoffs across the board, it feels like we've just been like slowly getting signs that a recession is ahead of us. But now it just seems like the stats, the data is overwhelming with the amount of layoffs and just everything that's happening in general. So here's some layoffs in 2022, percentage of the workforce. Twitter, 50%, Intel, 20%, Snapchat, 20%, Coinbase, 18%, Meta, 13%, Redfin, 13%. Like you could just see here, Amazon with the hiring freeze, but I think we recently just found out that Amazon's going to be laying off some employees. And as we could see, the layoffs are just spreading beyond tech at this point. Breaking, this happened a couple days ago, that FTX has received around 1 billion USDC from Crypto.com. We also know that Crypto.com accidentally sent 400 million to, was it Gate.io or Qcoin? I apologize. It was an exchange, basically. Crypto.com said they accidentally sent 400 million to an exchange, and then they somehow got the funds back. So it's very odd, strange behavior happening across the board, across all these exchanges. Sam SBF, he is still not in custody. There was some rumors going around that he fled to Argentina via a private jet. That seemed to not be the case. Then they said that he was detained by the authorities in the Bahamas. That is not the case anymore. So he is just running loose at this point, and I just don't understand how that's possible. But when you dig into everything else, it really seems kind of possible, because he was obviously in bed with the Democrats, and the connections with him and other top executives at Alameda and FTX it almost feels like he was an implant in some situations to blow up the entire crypto space. The more information that we're finding out, the more insane this really is. So let's see. Breaking, SBF and 2 FTX associates are currently being detained by authorities in the Bahamas, a source tells Cointelegraph, but not much information. Basically Sam was under supervision, but that's pretty much it. So not a ton of information coming out. Things have kind of slowed down a little bit in terms of news. The past few days previously we're getting just flooded with news and information constantly. It's definitely quieted down a little bit. So next we're going to be going into the price of Bitcoin. But before, I want to mention iTrust Capital to you guys, which is basically a platform that you can use to create a traditional IRA, a Roth IRA, and purchase Bitcoin and other crypto assets, including precious metals, in your iTrust Capital account in your Roth or traditional IRA. And you can actually trade with not creating any taxable events, which is really cool. You can withdraw those funds at 59.5 and not pay any taxes on the gain. So that is massive. I have a link down below if you want to get started today, and you can actually get $100 in free Bitcoin when signing up. So something to definitely look into. You can roll over your 401k, your TSP, your 403b, 457, and more. So onto the price of Bitcoin here, which is flirting at the $20,000 range. Let's go ahead and zoom all the way out on Bitcoin. For me, I am really looking for that confirmation when this green moving average crosses over the red. And, the weekly chart is still looking incredibly bearish. at this point. If we this week break the lows of last week's candle, which is 15,555, I think things are going to get quite ugly. I still believe that there's one big flush out that needs to happen on Bitcoin, and so I have not bought back yet into on Bitcoin. Let's go ahead and see here. This is a daily chart, which is not looking bullish at all. It's still in a bearish posture, so something to consider there. And let's go ahead and take a look here at the 12-hour on Bitcoin. So these lower level time frames, I'm anticipating a little more. But the 12-hour has made a higher low, but we are still looking for a higher high above about 18.1. So Bitcoin has some ways to go to make it there. But we are seeing a green 2 trading above a green 1 on the 12-hour. So that is a bit of a bullish sign there. This right here is a 4-hour chart, which has not made a higher high, still needs to make a higher high. This is the 1-hour chart here, which is in a bullish posture, making higher highs and higher lows. So that's how things are going. 1-hour chart looking pretty good. 30-minute chart here, also in a bullish posture. Let's go and look at smaller level time frames like the 10. Let's go and take a look here. I want to see Bitcoin get above the high of this candle here in the next hour or two, 1775. Let's see if it can do that and continue to the upside. So smaller time frames looking good, but a lot still needs to happen in order for Bitcoin to show us bullish posture on higher level time frames. So we have Ethereum sitting at 1271. Core Scientific had a huge leap in the price. As you could see here, it is up 18% on the day. It bottomed over here around 12 cents, so it's up 100% since then. Core Scientific is a Bitcoin mining company, which basically filed recently that they need to restructure their loans because they are not going to be making upcoming payments. Gold is sitting at 1772. We have Coinbase stock sitting at 57.47. And so by looking at this, wild guess, yes, stocks are up today. S&P is up today, as we could see. I want to go ahead and zoom out here. So a lot of on the daily chart. So SPY is looking a lot stronger than Bitcoin on the 1-day chart, not correlating structurally as they have been, but this is a really big DMA that SPY needs to get over about the 406 range. So going to be very curious to see how it acts over here. I want to go and check out the weekly chart as well. Ooh, weekly chart, very interesting here. We're seeing a crossover. This is a big indicator that I use on the Bitcoin chart, and I back tested it. I've never tried it on SPY, but it is a big momentum shift that should be considered even in other markets, but I have not actually back tested it on SPY. Let's go ahead and take a look here. So yeah, across the board, a lot of green. Uber, Lyft, GameStop up, 3 to 7% today. Facebook or Meta is up today. Apple, a lot of green across the board. I'm anticipating that Tesla's up. Yes, Tesla is up today too, up 3.73%. Let's take a look at the daily chart on Tesla. It's taking a few moments to load here. Actually trending downwards on the daily chart. So there could be room for more downside on Tesla. Let's take a look at marijuana stocks. Marijuana stocks also see green across the board today. We have Tory up to $4.31. Green across the board. So most markets are trending in the same direction today. Not all that surprising. I think that over the coming month or so, we're going to see more fallouts in the cryptocurrency space. I think that the events that happened over the last week or so, and we're basically going to see kind of like a delayed chain reaction of the events that have unfolded. It's definitely exposed a lot of people. Hopefully, it's flushing out a lot of the bad players in the space and things rebuilds. I mean, this whole situation has made me more of a Bitcoin maxi. It's like every year there's more and more events that happen to kind of push me in that direction. There's also been some fear that when it comes to Ethereum, there's a lot of locked up Ethereum for the upgrade, and that once that Ethereum is released, that it's just going to get dumped on the market. And I also saw something that MicroStrategy, Michael Saylor's company, their liquidation starts, I think it's like 13,500 or 14,000. So that's something to consider as well. So that's all that I have for you today when it comes to the price of Bitcoin and what's happening in the cryptocurrency space. We've started off to a little bit of a quieter week, and Bitcoin not testing the recent lows, but kind of holding up a little bit. But I don't really anticipate that to happen for much longer, to be honest with you. So that's kind of what my game plan is. I am staying patient to enter back in on Bitcoin, and I do not believe that the time is right. I want to see more confirmation on higher level timeframes that we are trending bullish. So that is all that I have for you today. As always, go out there and create a portfolio that you love.